Vladimir Putin will face severe consequences if Russia uses chemical, biological, or nuclear weapons in Ukraine. That warning today from President Biden and other G7 leaders at a virtual emergency summit. They pledged to stand firmly with Ukraine, I should say, as Russian forces continue their relentless attacks on civilian targets across the country. Russian military officials say this video shows a ship launching long-range precision missiles. They claim all designated facilities had been hit. One of the targets, the southern city of Zaporizhia. Ukrainian officials say 12 Russian missiles hit not military targets, but civilian, a school, residential buildings, and medical facilities. They say the attack killed at least 7 people, hurt 7 others, and set off large fires across the city. Ukrainian officials say the wave of Russian missile strikes yesterday killed at least 19 people and hurt more than 100 others. The attacks have led to rolling blackouts in more than 300 Ukrainian cities and towns, from the capital of Kyiv to the western city of Lviv near the border with Poland. Ukrainian officials urging people to conserve electricity and stock up on water. Today, a spokesperson for the United Nations Human Rights Office said the missile strikes could qualify as a war crime. Now, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is calling on G7 leaders to create an aerial shield to prevent future Russian attacks. CNBC senior White House correspondent Kayla Tausche on the emergency G7 meeting. Kayla, what did the leaders agree to do today?
Well, the major democracies renewed their commitment to helping Ukraine fight this war as long as it takes and denouncing everything Russia has done in a blistering statement, saying they'll never recognize the annexed territories as Russian, demanding Russia stop the fighting immediately and reaffirming those severe consequences for using nuclear weapons, though several officials today said there's not yet been a change in Moscow's nuclear posture. Allies are moving to defend Ukraine's airspace or help Ukraine defend its own airspace. The U.S. saying the first 2 surface-to-air missiles in a package of 6 pledged this summer should be delivered in the very near future. Germany has also pledged air defense systems as well, and more announcements are expected in Brussels later this week, where NATO defense ministers will be meeting. The U.S. ambassador to the alliance said on MSNBC today that their strategy remains clear.
We are going to continue to apply maximum pressure on Moscow to try and affect Putin's strategic calculus. We are going to continue here at NATO to reinforce NATO's eastern flank, and we will continue as individual allies to get the Ukrainian forces the security assistance that they need to defend their territory.
As the war nears its 8th month, the off-ramp for Russia remains unclear. NSC spokesman John Kirby today said the U.S.'s goal is strengthening Ukraine's hand at the negotiating table, not telling the country how or when to hold those talks. But today, President Zelensky reportedly told leaders he will not negotiate directly with Vladimir Putin. According to the Financial Times, he said talks can be either with another head of Russia who will comply with the UN Charter. One person is blocking peace, and this person is in Moscow. Mr. Putin was not referenced officially today, but was expected to figure prominently in the conversation as allies try to coordinate how to confront him in person when they likely see him next month at the G20.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.